Hey, welcome back to Cam, Are You Serious? All right, in today's video, I just wanted to talk about why your affirmations might not be working. We're going to kind of go over some little tips or things real quick to kind of fix it. But really, the main thing is, before I even get into the tips, is identity shifting. That might be a whole different video. But if you're using affirmations to get something, that might be one of the main reasons. So we can just jump right in and start with that without any extra shit. If you're affirming to get something, that right there is probably the main reason why your affirmations aren't working. The reason being is because really everything is already done. Um, Damn. Everything is already done. So when you affirm, you're affirming from the identity or the person that already has that. So if you're sitting here affirming, like, for example, I want more money or I want my SP or whatever the case is, your specific person. If you're affirming like from the standpoint of lack, like, oh, I don't have them and I need them, then you're going to perpetuate a cycle of always needing that thing or always wanting that thing. Versus if you have the identity of someone who has that, it's more of an inner knowing type of thing. Like you identify with the version of yourself that has that. If that makes sense, I can break it down more in another video. Just let me know if y'all want a whole video about like identity shifting, because really that's all there is to do is shift your identity. But everything else is just methods or ways to kind of bridge that gap from where you are currently to that identity. And obviously that can be instant, but sometimes it's not, depending on what beliefs you have or need to change. So the other reasons why your affirmations might not be working. Number one, they do not sound like you. You're sitting here affirming, love and light, abundance flows to me. If you do not talk like that, your subconscious is not going to recognize that. They're going to be like, who the fuck are you? Who are you talking about? So, I would advise to affirm the way you talk. So if you use certain words or like, if you talk like obviously or duh or just use certain little words in your vocabulary that you normally use. Make them sound normal to you. You can't just go, I mean, you can, but it might not be as effective. You can go and find like a list of affirmations or, on some other people's videos where they'd be like, oh, say these affirmations for abundance. And then you saying them and you're not getting shit. Well, one, you're not identifying with the type, you're not identifying as the type of person that already has that. Like, that is going to have to be a whole nother video about identity selection and how everything is already done and already created. You're really not creating anything. Everything is already done. You're just selecting the version of you that has that thing and aligning with that. That's pretty much all you're doing. But when it comes to affirmations, you want to say some that are normal to you. So if you talk a certain way, say the affirmations how you talk. If you cuss, put that in your affirmations. Because it's going to sound like you, and your subconscious is going to recognize, oh, this is me. Like, this is how we talk. This is normal. If you're sitting here talking about, like I said earlier, oh, abundance flows to me and love and light. If you do not talk like that, do not word your affirmations that way. You're doing yourself a disservice, and you're probably just going to end up getting frustrated, and you're going to be like, oh, this shit don't work, when it does. You're just not speaking to your subconscious in a way that it understands. So moving on to my second one, your subconscious speaks like in repetition and images, and emotions. What else? Feelings, images, I already said that. Symbols. So when it comes to your subconscious, it doesn't necessarily speak in words. It more so kind of goes off of those things that I just said. So yes, the words can evoke feelings, emotion, images, all of those types of things. So just be mindful of how you word your affirmations. Like if you have an affirmation and you're like, oh, this is a great affirmation, but you don't feel anything towards it, you don't have to have feeling, but it would help if you do, because that would help it to get into your subconscious a lot faster. So we want to integrate these beliefs so that your brain is picking it up and believing it. You don't want to continue to say an affirmation that doesn't resonate with you, pretty much. And you'll know if it resonates with you. You'll be like, oh yeah, this is the one. this one of them ones right here. You know what I mean? Like you'll feel good about it. Like you'll have an inner confirmation about it. Or at least I do when I have an affirmation. Like I'll be like, yeah, that's the one right there. So you'll have that feeling about it. Okay, cool. Next thing, don't have a marathon affirmation. You're not going on a fucking half marathon, a marathon, a triathlon, none of that when you're talking about reprogramming your mind or trying to get what you want. Keep that shit short, keep it sweet, to the point. You don't need no 2-3 sentence affirmation, no paragraph affirmation. You don't need none of that. I mean, you can, but again, your brain or your subconscious is not going to pick all of that up if you have like 5 sentences you're trying to remember. And this kind of goes hand in hand with that. Not a whole like, this kind of also goes hand in hand with that. You can have, it can be a little lengthy, but like don't overkill it. Like don't have 2 and 3 sentences. If you have to like take a breath or like pause, like, okay, let me say the rest of the affirmations. Those are too many, which leads me kind of like these two things kind of go hand in hand. So like don't have any like marathon affirmations to where you're saying like 2 and 3 sentence long affirmations, but also don't have a million fucking affirmations. And I know it's tempting to do that because usually when you're first manifesting, I will say this is more like a thing, like you want to manifest everything, right? And you can, but I would not suggest manifesting like 11 things at once. You don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I'm going to manifest this, and this. So I have like 30 affirmations you're going through, and your subconscious is only picking up on like bits and pieces of each. So it could seem like you're getting some movement, or maybe even like if you're manifesting a person, you could be getting like hot and cold behavior, like, oh, they was cool yesterday and now we back on weird terms. Or yeah, because you're impressing your subconscious mind, but like not fully. And then also you're not fully really believing it. And when you repeat these affirmations, that's how you dissolve that disbelief, that resistance that you might have towards it. So like you could have something that you really want, but if you have like a lot of resistance towards it, obviously it's not going to feel good saying the affirmation. So in that case, I would suggest selecting an affirmation that might be like a bridge affirmation, like something that is, you know, more so towards like working towards it, or even a blanket affirmation like all is well, everything's working in my favor, I always get what I want, everything always work out for me, I'm so lucky, good things always happen to me. Those types of things might be better if you have like a lot of things you want to manifest, or if you have resistance towards some of the things you want to manifest. All right, next thing, you don't trust yourself. And what I mean by that is you don't trust that you're powerful enough to actually manifest this thing. You've already been doing this your whole entire life, just maybe unknowingly, unless you knew about it your whole life. So another thing is you might not trust yourself fully, and that is a-okay. You can always build that belief within yourself, but you don't trust yourself to manifest these things. That could be another reason why, or like doubting. I guess that kind of goes hand in hand. Like you're like, one day you're like, oh yeah, I can manifest this, and then the next day you're probably like, oh, I don't really know about that. It's kind of a stretch. I don't believe it. Actually, I'm done. It's too hard. It's not. You know what I mean? So like, if you don't trust yourself, you're not going to stick with it to see the results. You might as well just keep going. Because it's not a process. You already have it. You might as well just continue to tell yourself that and persist in it. Okay? And then lastly, you keep trying too many different methods. Like you'll do affirmations one day, you'll do visualization one day, you'll do a sleep tape this day, you'll do a meditation this day. Like stick to whatever method works for you specifically. If you know your affirmations girly, I'm not saying don't try anything else, but if you know a method for sure works for you, don't try to switch it up and start doing the 55 by 5. Don't switch it up and start doing the 33 by 3. Don't sit here and try to do the old method. And you can do all of these things. However, do what method works for you. And if you don't know what method works for you, I always recommend, like I said, starting with affirmations and then kind of going from there. I mean, visualization is great. I just prefer to affirm. It's a lot easier than visualizing, but my brain already thinks in pictures anyway. So it's like, if I'm affirming, I'm gonna visualize it as I'm affirming anyway. That's how my brain works. So there's that. Along with switching up your method, again, this goes hand in hand. Stick with whatever method, but stick with the process of that method, or not the process, but stick with doing that method until it manifests or materialize into your 3D reality. The 3D is slow. The 3D is your past beliefs and ways of predominantly being. So what you're seeing right now is kind of like a visual representation of what you did believe at one point in time, or still do even, and the kind of person that you were being. So if you were being like the kind of person that identifies with like, oh, okay, I'm broke, then your reality is showing you a version of yourself where you're broke. It's going to be in alignment. So you're not going to get a I'm rich reality with a mentality or a identity of I'm broke, I don't deserve things, nothing ever good happens to me. No, if you have those beliefs, that identity, that's who you are predominantly being on a daily basis, your reality is going to reflect that back to you, because you are the mirror and the reality is the reflection. So pretty much what goes on up here is going to be reflected out here. That's as simple as it is. So I hope that helped. And if y'all want more videos like this, I'm going to keep making them. If y'all want specific topics, I would love if y'all commented and let me know what topics or what other things y'all are interested in. It doesn't have to be manifestation specific. I just like this type of stuff, so I'm adding it in with my other content. But if y'all have any like specific videos or things that y'all want to see or know about me even, just let me know. And I just have one thing to say. You might ask, Cam, are you serious? Yes, I am. I'll see y'all in the next one, my baby. Bye.